Hello. I was recently asked about my rock climbing exploits back in the late 70s. So I thought I'd give you a brief presentation of a route called Zigzag on what was then called Suicide Wall. The name has now been changed to Suicide Cliff. I hope you enjoy what you see. In the late 70s and early 80s, Suicide Wall was included in some of the most difficult and challenging climbs in the territory. At the time, the ultimate free climb was Lion Rock, and only the most daring even attempted it. I took one look at it and didn't even consider it. I climbed Zigzag in the late 70s in the company of two other climbers. We hiked up to the foot of the wall, skirting past the main crag and such classic climbs as Sunset Crack, which we had all done on several occasions. We set up the belay and prepared our equipment. I don't intend to go into the technicalities of rock climbing here. Suffice to say that the system of belays and anchors was to protect the lead climber in case of a fall. I set off wearing a helmet that my companion had kindly lent me, as if it would do any good. If the equipment failed, the next stop would have been the Choi Hung MTR station, approximately 1,000 feet below. I climbed the short 6-foot section to the wall to get to the first in a series of cracks that run horizontally and diagonally up the wall, the zig. Traversing the zig, I set up the first in a series of running belays. The climbing was exposed and exhilarating, but not terribly difficult, as there were solid foot and handholds every step of the way. It became obvious that the grading of the climb as severe was due more to the exposure rather than the technical difficulty. I was then faced with the exit pitch. The crack leading off to the left looked like an excellent choice, but by this point in the climb the steepness had eased considerably, and I decided to ascend the final section, friction climbing. Friction climbing is when you rely on the holding power of your boots and any little finger holds that you can find. I made short work of it, arrived at the top, set up an anchor, and brought up my companions. Sadly, I don't have any videos of the climb. Back in the 70s, there were no mobile phones, so you will have to make do with the photos taken by my friends. I have borrowed this photo of what is now known as Suicide Cliff from Wikipedia. In closing, there are many reasons why people go rock climbing. A lot of people talk about conquering a mountain or a rock face. It is not for me to tell people what they should be thinking when they climb. But personally, I saw it as conquering my own self-imposed limitations. Thank you for watching.